Today, two undefeated teams meet in the Lions' Den. This is the fifth all-time meeting between these two teams with two head-to-head wins all-time between each other. They're number 3 and number 1 in the power rankings, respectively. It's Tallahassee and Queen City as the Pride welcome the Corsairs to the Lions' Den. We're live from Tallahassee, Florida. I'm Andy Hamilton, along with Justin, who's my color commentator and Death on Stats, and we're here for one of the bigger games in the Week 3 of SFL action. Justin, welcome up to the booth with me. Give me some of your thoughts on what this matchup could hold for us.
Well, first of all, appreciate you, Andy, and thank the SFL for the opportunity. Let's just go ahead and look at this. Ash Odom for Queen City is definitely going to have a big game. I'm looking for him to get somewhere between 100 and 150 yards. If he can pull that out, he can definitely help Queen City on the winning side. Tallahassee has got to definitely go with their passing game. If it gets stopped, it could be a problem for them.
We've got quite the matchup for you. Queen City is wearing white on the road today. Tallahassee is at home. They will defend the north goal as the coin toss is finishing up, and we will get underway with the Pride starting with the ball. Two high-powered offenses, Justin. You just spoke about it a little bit, and this is going to be a matchup that could come down to the wire. The ball is on the tee. Yeah, for sure. We also have another matchup in the NFL where a team from Florida is taking on a team from up north. This one a little bit more important, and we are underway as the Pride will return it wearing purple. This is a nice return out across the right side of the 32. A good starting field position from the 32 for the Pride.
Yeah, that'll definitely help them out there. They need to get all the yards they can possibly get with everything. They need to rely on their pass as much as possible. We'll see what they do.
Tallahassee, a very pass-oriented team, averaging 367 yards per game. It's 71 and mostly sunny here in Florida, and we will see what the Pride offense can do on first down. Christensen back to pass. He'll dump it out of the backfield. That's Jay Eniola on the left side. He'll pick up 4, and a nice first down play, able to pick up 4 there by Eniola.
And since they're a pass-heavy team, that's how they're going to use their halfback and fullback today. They're going to dump it off. They're going to get short routes, and that's going to lead to some big plays.
Avery King, the former Skyhawk, had that tackle, and Christensen will lead them up for a 2nd and 6. A very manageable play, and they will throw again on 2nd down. Christensen looking for the long bomb down the left side. A diving catch! A huge play there. Ken Gossett hauls it in at the 27.
Oh, that was beautiful, beautiful play. Threw it only where his wide receiver could get it. He had to stretch out to grab it, but it was a beautiful catch by Gossett. That they keep this up, this will be a shootout.
We talked yesterday about how Tallahassee's passing offense matches up really well against this Queen City defense that only has 3 defensive backs. You saw it there from Gossett. On first down, the pass is incomplete. That was intended for number 87. And he is not listed on my roster sheet. Stackhouse, or excuse me, 82. Stackhouse was the man they were looking for, the tight end.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be doing a lot of passing today. Look for Duke Wilson to get involved early as well. As you saw, Gossett got the first one there, but Duke Wilson also the other threat on the other side.
So a 64 passing yards, for Christensen, 2 out of 3 so far on this drive. Here's the first handoff of the game to Eniola off the right side, and he'll pick up 3.
It's definitely not going to be what they're going to rely on today on the run game, like we've been saying, but you know, any good yardage it will help out.
So it'll be 3rd and 7. The 3rd down conversion rate's going to be very important for both of these teams. Tallahassee was 52% on 3rd down across the season, and here we go. Down the right sideline, tipped. Oh, did he catch that? No, he was out of bounds.
Great try there, but just didn't work. The defense was in 3-2-6 there, so they were ready for the pass on that one.
Duke Wilson was trying to get his hands on that one, couldn't keep the feet in bounds, and if he would have, that would have been highlight material right off the bat. So from the 24, it's going to be field goal time for the Pride. A nice opening drive, very pass-heavy, only one run play, and they're going to have to stall out and kick the field goal here and try and get some points on the board. It'll be about a 40-yard kick from here. The kick is away, and that one is going to sail through from 41. 3-0 Tallahassee on top. We will pause for station identification here on the SFL Network, brought to you by APM Music.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
There is a player down for Queen City. Justin, we talked about yesterday when we got on the phone to talk about this important game, how well Queen City's offense matches up against the Tallahassee defense. Tallahassee's defense has not allowed a passing touchdown all season. However, they have allowed 2 rushing touchdowns. Then we talked about where the bulk of Queen City's touchdowns come from, 4 on the ground, 2 via the air. Talk to me a little bit about Ash Odom and how he's going to affect this game.
Well, if Ash Odom can get away from those 4 down linemen that Tallahassee has, that's going to be the story there. Tallahassee with 2 D-backs and 2 defensive ends that are stars, and right there he just goes against me and up the middle.
Yeah, we talked about it right off the bat. Odom picks up 6 and all the way to the 30 on the first play from scrimmage for the Corsairs.
If he gets some big yardage in this game and maybe gets a score or 2, I can see Queen City trying to walk away with this one, but still going to be a close game regardless.
So now it's going to be 2nd and 4, very manageable 2nd down. They'll give it to Odom again. He's got some room on the right side. He's going to fight and pick up the first down to the 36. So we're looking at about 11 yards out of Ash Odom already on 2 plays.
They tried to stiff arm the guy there, but a little too beefy there for him to try and stiff arm him. But they still got the first down. That's all that mattered there. So a new fresh set of downs there for them.
So now a first down from the 36. Caswell will throw for the first time. Dumps it off. Nice catch. A one-handed grab there by Memphis Blue. 6 foot, 215 pounds in his 2nd year, and he makes the difference, moving the chains on first down.
Yeah, Memphis Blue's definitely going to be a big target here for Caswell. A great one-handed catch there over the middle and gets, the first down there.
We talked about the way that Queen City's run game will work, and one of the notes we had for the game was, how is Queen City's passing offense going to get involved? Memphis Blue does well there, and Ash Odom counters it with a 7-yard carry to the 47.
And as we talked about in our call yesterday, Odom is once he gets past that line, it's going to cause a lot of trouble for those non-contract linebackers and players in the defensive secondary for Tallahassee. So we'll see how that progresses throughout the day.
3 defensive backs also on the field for Tallahassee to go along with those 4 D linemen, and so far Ash Odom's tearing them up as he takes another handoff to the left side, and that is a 9-yard pickup there, and another first down for the Corsairs.
This is what a halfback does. He takes the handoff, he looks at his blockers, he avoids the defenders as best he can, gets every yard he possibly can chew up, and secures the ball for a great gain there. So beautiful there by Ash Odom. Did you see his numbers there?
Yeah, 4 carries, 28 yards. Great work by Death on the stats, who had it exactly right in our sheet, not even looking at the game. So a pretty good job here by everyone on the crew, and now Queen City will take it on first down. There, Ash Odom gets stuffed by that big offensive line. That's number 59 coming down to close down the gap. Queen City is more of a grinder team. Tallahassee's more of a big play team. We saw that on the first drive, and now we're seeing it in the second drive from the Corsairs.
Definitely a hard hard one there. Lineman just was in the way of that play, so it just broke down quick.
Second and long. Corsairs elect to pass. Caswell finds his man across the middle. A nice check down and grab there. That is number 85. That's going to be Jones Branch, the non-contract, or excuse me, 89. That is Morris Jackson, the non-contract tight end, who makes the play.
Yeah, you see, he gets the post route just wide open. Nobody in the middle there for Tallahassee, so it was a beautiful read there by Caswell to hit his man.
So a first down. They've avoided third downs on this drive. Caswell 2 for 2, 22 yards. 112.5 is his rating here with 5:50 left to play in the first. The first quarter's gone quickly, mostly through the legs of Ash Odom. They'll give it to him again. He breaks. Oh, I thought he was going to break that tackle, but a nice job by the linebacker to wrap him up and bring him down.
He's still got 4 yards on that, and I'll take a halfback that can give you 4+ yards on every carry every time. Mathematically, you just can't stop that.
That does move the chains. So it'll be 2nd and 6 here from the 22, looking deep into the red zone here, so it's going to be interesting. A split back formation. They'll give it to Odom again up the gut. A very similar looking carry. That time, he only gets a few more.
He had to fight for the yards on that one, but he still picked up a few yards there. So if he does it again, exactly the first 2 plays, he'll have a first down. And like what I just said, you can't stop that.
Both teams' defense is only allowing 37% on third down. Now a 3rd and 3 for the Corsairs. Odom's averaging 5 yards a carry. We'll see what they do. Caswell elects to throw. Going to look in the out route. Caught in the open field. A nice grab going out of bounds. That was number 86, Joe Simpson, the non-contract wide receiver who hauls it in, and Queen City's down to the 9.
And see, some of the things that a lot of the teams run the out route, and it's a beautiful route, but you got to get it out of the hands of the quarterback quickly and into the receiver's hands before he gets out of bounds. That was a beautiful timed route there by Caswell and his receiver.
Caswell 6'3", 223, a perfect 4 for 4 on the drive for 32 yards. He will elect to change the play at the line. Those 4 down linemen staring menacingly at him. They have not had much time to get a rush as he throws, and that is caught. I don't know if Chris Curtis crossed the plane. They're going to rule touchdown, though. No one brought him down, and Chris Curtis has found his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Corsairs.
Yeah, I believe he got his foot in there, so we'll see here on the replay. Yeah, he got his foot on the line, so they'll count that one. So 6 points for Queen City to put them in the lead here.
So the Corsairs strike first into the end zone as Tallahassee came up short. Now they will try and add the extra point with 4:24 left to go in the first. We saw a nice mix there from the Corsairs in the way that they really went at the game there on that first drive. A good, nice mix between run and pass. I'd like to see them continue that all game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to work for them. If they can use Ash Odom to kind of lull the defense to sleep and then hit them over the top, that'll definitely help them out in the future of this game. You know, we're at 4:24, so it's still early in the first quarter. So, you know, we'll see what Tallahassee does this time when they get the ball.
News from around the SFL. Carolina's up 7-0 over London in the first quarter. Also, St. Louis has taken a 7-0 lead over the Oklahoma City Renegades. Now the ball kicked away to the Tallahassee Pride. They will bring it up the middle, and he will be stood up and dropped at the 29, and that is where the drive will start for the Pride.
Christensen definitely going to have to try and do what he did, what got him downfield last time, some big deep throws, but he doesn't need to neglect the short routes either. You saw Queen City deliver that all drive last time, so let's see what he does here.
He's 2 for 4 for 64 yards, only 1 carry for Jay Eniola, none for Caleb Connolly, the fullback. They will hand it off on first down. Eniola hurdles a man and only gets back to the line of scrimmage. A nice open field tackle there by Zane Dottie, playing in his first game for the Queen City Corsairs.
Say welcome to this fell right there. That's a good hit by him.
Yeah, that was a very good hit, especially at the line of scrimmage for a free safety to stand up a big back like Jay Eniola. I always commend the safety for that. Here's Caleb Connolly on his first carry. He'll pick up a yard and get smacked to the ground. Alex Cross, the inside linebacker. A little bit more of a veteran hit on that one.
Yeah, definitely was there. I mean, seriously, he's saying, okay, the rookie can hit, I can too. Watch this.
So now from the 30, 3rd and 9, we talked about Queen City's only giving up 27% on 3rd down. What can they do here? Here we go. Christensen, two-step drop, slings it in the middle. That is caught, but he will be tackled only after 7 yards as Ken Gossett, who made that big catch earlier, was unable to find his way to the first down marker. Avery King, a good open field tackle.
Route there. I mean, I get the idea trying to give it to your receiver, have him make a play, but you want to run a corner or a post route that's going to run you towards the first down marker or past it. So I did not like the call there.
Ken Gossett leading all receivers for 2 catches and 67 yards in today's game, but Tallahassee unable to move the chains, and they will punt. Queen City almost gets to that one. Instead, it will be the return from the Corsairs, and they will get out to the 29, so some decent starting field position for an offense that went 5 for 5 passing and had 7 rushing attempts for 35 yards. That's 5 yards a carry out of Ash Odom.
Yeah, that's what you want out of Ash Odom. You want him to consistently move the ball downfield to get your offense going, to keep the passing lanes open as well.
So now 1st and 10, a 4-wide set for the Corsairs. Tallahassee will bring an extra man. They'll bring 5. Almost gets to Caswell, and he's able to dump it off. A nice 6-yard pickup there to number 86. That is Joe Simpson, the receiver, making another big play for the Corsairs.
That was a good little route there, but Tallahassee was in the dime, so they were expecting it, but they were playing a little too deep for what the routes were running there, so it was a nice play by Caswell to check down to his out route there.
Tallahassee was electing to bring in an extra 5th man on the blitz, and it didn't work. And there is Ash Odom. That blitz will work there. Big number 98, Mike Johnson, gets in the backfield and makes the tackle for loss.
Oh, Big Mike. Boy, he broke that up. That's what Tallahassee needs to do if they want to stop Ash Odom. They have to penetrate, get in the backfield, make some big plays, so it's 3rd down.
The Tallahassee fans are giving it to him. 3rd and 6, a 3-wide set with Ash Odom as the lone back. Caswell elects to throw. He's going to throw the out route. That is caught right near the sticks, and they're going to say Memphis Blue got the first down.
He did. He had the ball in his left hand when he crossed out of bounds, so the ball was past the marker. So that was a beautiful play by him to put the ball on the other side of the marker when he stepped out. So good spot there.
Caswell perfect, 7 for 7 for 52 yards, 142.14 is the rating on Caswell's perfect day so far, kind of doing his work against this Tallahassee secondary. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 39. Caswell will drop to throw. A short out route, that is caught, but only for 2 yards, as I believe that was Michael Sprouse, the only star cornerback for the Tallahassee Pride, making the tackle there.
Yeah, you don't really want to throw it against the stars here. Tallahassee wants to try and make you go to their top guys so they can make those defensive plays.
Now on 2nd and 8, Caswell's alone in the gun. He's going to throw. Tallahassee brings extra pressure. Caswell evades it, throws, and that's his first incompletion of the game. Michael Sprouse again got his hands on that one and was able to force the incompletion.
It was a forced play there, so excuse me. He tried to get it out there, tried to force it, and it almost got picked.
Sprouse gave a little bit of room there to make Caswell think that his man was open. That was a great defensive back job by Michael Sprouse. Kind of showed signs of Richard Sherman kind of leading the quarterback to believe that the receiver's a little more open than he actually is. Now it'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 41. Caswell will go under center. 4 receivers, they will throw. Caswell under pressure again, dumps this one off. That's caught, and he's going to be a yard short. A nice grab there by Memphis Blue, but he was drugged down just short of the line by the non-contract. That was number 20. I believe it was 1. It might have been 27, R.J. Manley, the cornerback.
See, that's what Tallahassee's got to do. They have got to bring the pressure to definitely stop this pass attack. Uh-oh, there's a jump.
That was a free play there on the offsides, and the Corsairs are going to love that. They're going to get 5 yards, and that was a contract player. Hunter Norwood, the defensive tackle, jumps offside.
the encroachment, that's going to give them a free set of downs. You don't want to give Queen City anything. You don't. That just is going to kill you right there.
Well, and you got to wonder if the crowd affected that at all. They were pretty loud on that play, and it might have hurt the defensive line being able to listen to that quarterback cadence, although at that point you should be watching the ball, right?
You got to keep your eye on the ball in all aspects of this game, and in any game for that matter. You keep your eye on the ball so that way you don't make these mental mistakes.
Now Queen City breaking into Tallahassee territory from the 46. 42 seconds left to go in the first. They'll give it to Odom off the right side. The lineman was not able to get in front of him, and that was a rough carry as Ash Odom loses a yard.
See, the problem on that one was the fact that those linemen of Tallahassee, all four of them had the line backed up a little bit, so Ash Odom had to bounce it way outside, and there was no room for him.
Caswell's 9 of 10. It's now 2nd and long. They're going to have to pass at some point on this drive. Tallahassee will bring 4. There's a throw to a wide-open man, and he drags the feet. A nice grab there by number 84, Chris Curtis, his 2nd catch of the day.
That was a beautiful little play there. He found the open receiver that time. He wasn't rushed and decided he was going to put it right there. That's the kind of route I love.
That's real close with the feet, and Tallahassee's going to challenge. Good on Frank Gooden, because that looked questionable to me. But you were right about him finding the open spot. We talked about how with 3 defensive backs, Tallahassee's going to have to drop all of them deep in order to kind of play that deep ball and prevent the big plays. That was a solid underneath play, and Chris Curtis just found the open spot. The question will be whether he kept his feet in bounds.
We'll find out in a second.
After review, the pass has been ruled incomplete.
They're going to rule that one incomplete. So Tallahassee's going to save the timeout in their back pocket. Chris Curtis going to lose the yardage there. That was a close call.
Yeah, it really was. But, I mean, Caswell had to try and thread the needle on that one. By the time he saw him, it was a little too late. Another half second earlier, he might have had him. But, again, it was just a little too late.
So it will be 3rd down here, 3rd and 11, Caswell to throw. Tallahassee brings extra pressure, and they got to him! A sack on 3rd down will force a punt out of the Corsairs. It's number 39, Will Parker.
It was a beautiful, beautiful play. Brought the safety in there. Caswell had no blockers in the backfield, so he was just prime meat there to be devoured.
That will end the first quarter here on the SFL, presented by APM Music here on YouTube. 7-3, the Corsairs lead the Tallahassee Pride as we head to the second frame. So a punt here coming out of the Corsairs as they are at the 49, not in field goal range. That sack definitely put them out of it, even with a star kicker, which they don't have. And now they're going to kick it back to Tallahassee, whose defense gets the stop. Fair catch called for at the 17. What are you looking at of Tallahassee's offense here, Justin, in the way that they need to improve from their last drive?
Think about doing some short routes, you know, trying to get better 2nd and 3rd down situations to where they can advance the ball. Their run game, you know, they're not going to rely on the run game. That's not how they set their team up, but they need the short routes to definitely help them.
3 carries versus 5 passes, so a little more pass heavy out of the Pride. We expected that. They'll hand it off here on 1st down. Eniola breaks out a 1 tackle and is able to scoop up 3 yards before being drugged down by the Tallahassee, or by the Queen City, excuse me, defense. Alex Cross was in on that tackle.
And there, Eniola got stopped in the backfield and was able to bounce out and get a few yards. So any positive yards is good on 1st down.
So it will be 2nd and 7 from the 20. Christensen in the shotgun here. No one in the backfield with him. He will throw. There's an out route. A nice underneath pass there. Good to Ken Gossett. He's able to pick up 4 more. Or excuse me, that's not Ken Gossett. That's Duke Wilson with the grab.
Duke Wilson hadn't said his name yet today, but that's his. I believe that's his first catch.
Yep, first catch, 4 yards for Duke Wilson. Gossett on the other side has 2 catches for 45 yards, including that big throw, which is really all that the Pride offense has got so far in this game, was that one throw over the top. I'd be interested to see them pull another one out here, but it's 3rd and short, and Queen City has everyone off the line except for the 4 linemen. Christensen fires, middle, caught, down the field. That is Duke Wilson racing to the right side to the 20, down to the 10, and he is caught from behind at the 8-yard line. A huge grab as Avery King is able to chase him down, and Tallahassee is in the red zone.
That's what Tallahassee needed to do. Duke Wilson hadn't had a catch all first quarter. Then he hits the deep post route, gets past the following safety there, breaks a tackle, and just pulls out some big yardage. If he had had any more speed, he'd been gone.
Well, we talked about Memphis Blue on the other side of the ball for the Corsairs. That was Phoenix Blue in coverage, the two brothers, and Blue was unable to keep Wilson bottled up there, and Wilson moves the ball to the 8 just as we talked about it. 9.5 minutes to play. Firing, end zone, dragging the feet, caught, touchdown, 2 plays, and they move down the field. Ken Gossett drags the feet, and Tallahassee retakes the lead.
That's what they're going to have to do. If they want to stay ahead of this Queen City offense that they're facing, they're going to have to make big plays and often. Beautiful pass by him and beautiful catch and dragging of the feet by the receiver.
Tallahassee will add the field goal to make it a 10-7 game. We talked about how Tallahassee was very big play and Queen City was kind of grinded out, and we just saw that there.
Yeah, it definitely was a nice little drive for them. If they can keep this up, it's definitely going to be a tougher game for Queen City. We'll have to see what they do on their next possession.
We're going to pause 20 seconds, and we will be back on the SFL Network, presented by APM Music.
This is Frank Gooden, owner of the Tallahassee Pride. You're in the Lion's Den. Welcome, but don't get too comfortable. Big cats stay hungry. Keep watching the SFL Network on YouTube.
Nice little intro there from Frank Gooden as his team goes up by 3. Corsairs on the return will move it to the right to the 29, as that seems to be the key yard line that they start all their field position on.
They do on this drive here. Tallahassee hit them hard with some deep passes, and Queen City's been relying on the run and some short passes there. Maybe they need to think about going deep too to match them.
A.J. Caswell throwing and completing 90% of his passes so far in this game. Under 9.5 minutes to play in the half. And Caswell will pump once, fires middle of the field. That one is batted down and incomplete. It was number 27, R.J. Manley, the non-contract cornerback, who got a hand to it.
On that pass, the defender was in front of the receiver, so he had to throw that one behind him. He was still trying to lead it, and that's why that was knocked down.
Almost looked like a forced pass to me. And when you're Caswell and you were throwing 90% going into that snap, you can't force anything. So now it's 2nd and 10. Ashwell has the fullback in the backfield. They'll give it to him on 2nd down. He's got a lineman in front of him, but the lineman can't beat him to Alex Bond, the strong safety, and Bond will make the tackle there after a 3-yard pickup.
That one, Odom should have been a little more patient, let his guy get out in front of him, so he probably could have cut back towards the middle of the field to get a few more yards, but still a nice gain there for him.
Update from SFL Nation, Atlanta 7, Sioux Falls 3. Caswell is hit there on 3rd and 7, and he will go down. The pressure was supplied by number 98, Mike Fats Johnson.
Oh, Fats up the middle. He's causing all kinds of havoc so far. That's the 2nd time that he's been up field making big plays, and he's helping with the pressure. That's what Tallahassee needs to do out of their defense, is create pressure.
I love calling him that as a nickname. Fats is an awesome nickname, and now on 4th and 7, the Tallahassee defense has forced another punt out of the Queen City offense, which so far this season has been very productive. Tallahassee will start at their own 33, so good field position for the Pride. it took 2 plays on the last drive to find their way into the end zone. What are you looking for here out of them, Justin?
If they keep doing what they're doing right now, they shouldn't have a problem. They've got the momentum right now. They just need to be a little patient, but if they get another deep route like that, hit it.
1st and 10 from the 33, 8:45 left to play as Christensen will throw. Under a little bit of pressure, fires right side down the field, caught in stride down the right-hand sideline. It's Ken Gossett, forget about it. Touchdown Pride. Excuse me, that's Duke Wilson again.
Yeah, he was wide open. I don't know what happened on that one. Maybe it was a short zone on that side versus a fly route. But there was no cornerback within 10 or 15 yards of him, as you see here.
Yeah, Duke.
That was a zone route there.
Duke Wilson was gone. I saw the 4 on the back of the jersey and got excited. Ken Gossett now has a touchdown. Duke Wilson with a touchdown, as both receivers for the Tallahassee Pride have hauled in long bombs and touchdowns here in this game. Christensen now 6 of 8, over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in today's game, as they will try and add the extra point to make it a 10-point game, and the Lions Den is loving it. Field goal is good. We will step away again for another ad, this time from our Discord community, and we will be back on the SFL Network.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Queen City's going to start at their own 32, and they got to get something going here. We talked yesterday, Justin, about how Tallahassee was kind of the team that was built to come back in a game like this. Queen City is built more to defend a lead with the running game that they have.
The running game is usually good for killing clock and also just kind of wearing the defense out, but it seems like Queen City's being worn out in this game.
A 1-yard carry from Odom gets shut down. That was number 25 on the play. That is Michael Sprouse, the cornerback. He has been all over the field today.
A couple of good plays, one almost interception, and then he made a good tackle there the previous play, and he makes a good tackle there on Odom, so that's definitely looking good for Tallahassee defensively.
Caswell under center. Offset eye, he'll give it to Odom. Odom breaks one tackle and fights forward, diving. He's going to be an inch short of the first down marker from live speed. I thought he might have got that.
He was very close to it. Tallahassee actually pulled back in a nickel formation there with the 4 down linemen, and it's kind of hard to defend the run against with a nickel. As you saw there, he was able to get some big yards.
They'll give it to him again on 3rd and inches, and he's down the left sideline, way more than a few inches needed. He is all the way down to the 45 as Ash Odom is making his presence known. He had 12 carries. That was his 13th attempt. Over 55 yards so far on today's game.
They're not abandoning the run, so that's a good thing for Queen City. You don't want to ever get rid of the run or the pass strategy if it doesn't work. You still want to keep going, and Ash Odom's been working.
Another first down for the Corsairs. Tallahassee's defense giving up 19 first downs a game. When you look at that against Queen City, who usually gets about 20 first downs a game, that's big time for the Corsairs to be able to pick up another first down. Odom here, though, is going to lose 2 yards on the check down, as that defensive line has started to affect A.J. Caswell a little bit, making him check down to some of his smaller routes.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like the pass there. I mean, I know he's in trouble there, but Tallahassee's rattling him a little bit. He needs to kind of just calm down a little bit.
Now it'll be 2nd and long. Caswell 10 of 13 on the day, but he'll give it to Odom, who's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage before he is shut down. 58 yards on 14 carries for Odom so far in this contest.
Like there, he made first contact, and the linebacker came in and polished him up. So that was, again, pressure from Tallahassee causing problems for Queen City's offense here.
Very much on pace to break 100 yards if the Tallahassee defense does not make adjustments. Caswell to throw, out route. That is not going to be a first down. Memphis Blue hauls it in, but is only able to pick up 4, and it is going to be another punt from the Corsairs.
Yeah, again, those out routes on third down, I just really don't like them. It really doesn't help the fact your first down. Like I said earlier in the game, you want to go for a corner and post routes to kind of lead your guy past the sticks, and that didn't work.
Tallahassee almost got a hold of that one on the block. Fair catch is going to be called for at the 11, so Tallahassee backed up. That's never stopped them before, though, especially in this game, Justin.
Oh no, it hasn't. They've stretched the field out, and I'm surprised that they actually don't start handing it off later on in the game. If they keep pulling away like this, they could give Indianola some carries.
Death, our stats guy, has asked Frank Gooden to tone down the long passing plays because it's a little hard to do the math when the passes are over 65 yards. Christensen will throw here on first down. There's a shorter pass, a nice little throw to Ken Gossett there, who's able to find his way to the 16, a 5-yard pickup.
Tallahassee's going to try and confuse this Queen City defense's coverage, doing the short routes and then hit them with the deep routes later on as well. You can't cover everything.
Yeah, we did talk about how this Tallahassee team is built to come back in a game, not necessarily built to defend the lead, as Jay Eniola only has 3 attempts for 6 yards, and Connolly, who gets the carry there, that's only his second carry as he picks up another 3.
And fullbacks, usually you use them in like a 3-yard or less situation when you need those yards. That was actually a nice little change of pace there. I kind of like that. It does bring up a 3rd and 2, so playbook is open. No plays denied here.
Twins to the bottom of your screen for Tallahassee. 2 backs in the backfield. Christensen will change the play at the line. Queen City showing blitz. They'll bring 4. Christensen throws right side. Almost defended, but a perfect pass to Ken Gossett right past the outstretched arms of number 38, Mick Weimer.
Yeah, that was a nice little attempt by him to try and get it, but he just couldn't get there in time on that one. Still a beautiful pass and catch there at the sideline for the first down.
17-7, Tallahassee in front in the driver's seat with 4:40 left to go here in the second. Christensen alone in the shotgun. Queen City brings 4. The check down is caught, and that is going to be a nice grab there by the fullback, Caleb Connolly, his 3rd touch of the game.
So I wasn't sure who was up at the top of our screen, but somebody was wide open over there. Could have got a little more yards, but you know, Christensen had his eyes to the left-hand side, so he didn't see him. But still, a great little gain of 5 there for him.
The backs in this game, Connolly has 9 all-purpose yards on 3 touches. Jay Eniola 10 on 4. They will give it here. That is, I believe, Eniola up the middle, who is able to make his way to the 38. Yep, Jay Eniola, his 4th carry of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice little play there. They definitely opened up the hole there. Fullback Conley was able to get in there and make a nice little block and gave him the yards he needs. If Eniola can pick up these small yards when he needs to, that's going to help Christensen out a lot.
Well, just when we talked about the run game kind of being the problem for Tallahassee so far, they're going to hit it with us again. And that is kind of what we were expecting to see today. Jay Eniola loses 2 yards. Avery King on the tackle for loss. The Corsair, this in his 2nd year, coming over from Carolina 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, Carolina's also been looking good this season, but you know, King, great little play there, stopping them in the backfield. That's what we were afraid of in our talks yesterday.
Handoff there to, the chat is telling me it's Jay Eniola. You're going to have to let me know if I'm pronouncing that right now. Jay Eniola. So Eniola moves the ball 3 more yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 7.
don't want to walk away from the pass here. If I was him, I might want to pass it here. Don't want to run too much. I understand what they're trying to do, though.
3rd and 7. Christensen gonna throw. Wants it on the right side. That is probably the same play, and it's Duke Wilson into the end zone again for Tallahassee. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
And here we thought Queen City was going to light this up, and Tallahassee is just bobbing it downfield time and again. That's a 3rd deep pass. Oh man, Duke Wilson just beat his man, and that was all she wrote.
Wilson down the right-hand sideline, 2 hands on the ball, not even another player in the frame until he finds his way into the end zone. Wilson is balling over 200 yards in this game.
And it's only the first half. What's he going to do in the second half? Oh, man.
2:36 left to go in the half. And Tallahassee is now going to add the extra point to make it 24-7.
Wake up.
Kick is up and good. We will take another break and be right back on the SFL, brought to you by APM Music.
Don't miss the SFL podcast every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitch before the league's weekend slate gets kicked off. Join me, Mighty RX, defending champion team owner Ramos Lynn, and our host, Jack Brown, to break down all the headlines in the SFL. Jack, yeah, I know we gotta move on. Calm down. See you there, everybody.
So Tallahassee with the commanding lead here. Now we'll bring the defense back onto the field. Caswell, though, having a pretty good day. 11 of 14, 1 touchdown, 62 yards, and they're going to need him here at the end of the half as they try and run the 2-minute drill. 1st and 10 from the 30. Caswell will throw, and he is sacked. A huge play from the Tallahassee defensive line. It's Tyquan Hale making the play.
Penetration there. Something I want to bring up, though. Christensen and the Tallahassee offense has got 290 yards total, counting Eniola's 15 yards on his carries, and Caswell and the Queen City offense has only got a little over 100 yards, so definitely a big difference there between the two.
That was Kevin Bain, on the tackle. Or the sack, for -4. Now it'll be 2nd and 14, but not until after the 2-minute warning, as Tallahassee is going to look and try and protect this lead before the halftime break. Second and 14. Now's kind of the time where the Tallahassee defensive line tends to come out and have their fun, as we just saw on that first down. 2 minutes to go here. And there is 3 men on the line to bump on the top of your screen there for the Pride defense. Caswell will be protected well, but that pass is going to be incomplete. That was the fullback trying to make the play. That is number 23, Hadley Diamante, who couldn't get his hands on it.
Yeah, I think he heard all the footsteps of everybody around him. That probably was what was going on there. He seemed a little nervous.
So now the defense chant goes around the Lions' den. It'll be 3rd and 14 for Caswell. Quick drop, throwing, out route. That is caught by Chris Curtis, but he is well short of the marker.
Yeah, that's not going to do it right there. Queen City's walking away a little bit for some of their game. Coaching staff needs to try and continue to give it to Odom when they can, but they need to try and get some deeper routes downfield to get some scores going, because Tallahassee is running away with this one.
Well, and with 1:53 left on the clock, that's about good enough for Tallahassee to score, what, 2-3 more times? What do you think?
At least once if they're casual, twice if they get a stop again on the defense.
Well, that was a nice return there. I think that's Duke Wilson, and that man has to be tired by this point.
He's wore out, I guarantee you.
3 catches, over 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Duke Wilson. Pretty effective day if we ended it in 1 minute and 44 seconds, but instead there's a whole second half to play for a man of that caliber. 4 receivers split out, 3 in the diamond to the bottom of your screen. Eniola is the lone back. Christensen will throw. He's going to dump that one off. Tipped! And that was a dangerous ball. Talk about a tip drill, as Ken Gossett couldn't get his hands on it.
It's a dangerous one. And ladies and gentlemen, this is only half of a football game. We still have a whole nother half of football to go.
Well, we talked a lot about how Tallahassee, is really built to pass. I'm interested to see what they can get out of J.A. Eniola and Caleb Connolly in the second half, and if they can defend this lead, because throws like that are a little errant and are dangerous to be picked off. They will give it to Eniola here, and he will pick up 5, and that helps your thought process heading into the second half to know you can get 5 out of a back like that.
Exactly. When you got the Queen City's defense is backed up. That's what it is. They're afraid of the deep ball right now. So with them backed up so far, Eniola, once he penetrates, that's pretty much going to be 4, 5, 6 yards plus every time.
Christian in the chat is asking us to run the ball. Instead, they'll throw again. Christensen down the middle, caught. A huge play and catch there. Ken Gossett all the way down to the 35. That was a nice grab there as they flip the field, and now Christensen will throw again in hurry-up mode. Christensen, middle of the field, tipped, batted, and incomplete. Alex Cross on the coverage, and if Queen City would have been able to pick that one off, that might have punctured the Pride sails a little bit.
Well, thankfully it hit the ground. That was intended for Wilson, I believe, and he just couldn't get his hands on it. Otherwise, he's been a reliable target today with 2 deep bombs for touchdowns. But I would not walk away from what they're doing right now if I'm Tallahassee.
Tallahassee is 10 of 14, 291 yards and 3 touchdowns for Christensen, who's changing the play at the line. 4 down linemen, only 6 in the box. Tallahassee still elects to throw. Christensen dumped down, caught. Nice spin move from Duke Wilson, able to get to the 22.
Calls a timeout. They're looking to try and see if they can put some more points on the board.
That's a real nice route there, a rub route, because they're working with the one man going deep and the one guy coming short. It's really a levels play, and then when you're Christensen, you just pick the open man at that point.
Are designed to puncture holes in the defense. You just find the open man like you said, and once you do, you just aim and fire.
Christensen in the shotgun. Both backs are flanking him. They will spread out, and they will dump it off to Eniola on the right side, and he goes out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Just a small little knock on an otherwise awesome game so far, and like I said earlier, it's only half a football game. So, and we're going to see what the second half does for either of these teams.
41 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Queen City looking for a stop to cover the open wound. 3 receivers in a triangle formation at the bottom of the screen. Christensen wants it all. Right side, caught, touchdown, Ken Gossett, his 2nd of the day. And Tallahassee receivers have 2 touchdowns apiece.
Yeah, that's the 4th passing touchdown in the first half for Christensen. He is tearing this Queen City defense apart. Beautiful corner route there by Gossett. He gets past the coverage and goes up, gets the catch. He's a prime target.
Gossett now over 100 yards. Wilson over 200. That equals 321 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions for Christian Christensen with 37 seconds left in the first half. Another score update from around the league. St. Louis is now up 17-13 over the Oklahoma City Renegades. Carolina is up 10-0 over London, and Atlanta at the half was up 10-6 over Sioux Falls. So no games really with this caliber so far. 38 points in the first half, Justin. Do you think Queen City has any fight left in them?
Oh, they're gonna have to change. They're gonna have to go over their game plan at halftime. Coach is gonna have to get in some guys' faces and let them know, hey, we can't lay down like this. We gotta make some plays on the field. Oh, big hit there.
Big hit at the 29. That is where Queen City will set up shop. Caswell still not having too bad of a day. Neither team has turned the ball over. Caswell's 12 of 16 with 1 touchdown. I think with 3 timeouts, Queen City has a chance to try and go get some points here.
Hear what Tallahassee's been doing. Yeah, they can.
They do get the ball out of the half, so if they could put some points on the board before the break, that would bode well, but Ash Odom only picks up 1 there on that carry, and they look like they might just let this clock roll.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 timeouts. You kind of want to try and do something because you're down, do my math here, 24 points. And if you don't score here, you're trying to say 22 minutes and 24 points. You know, you got to score quickly.
Caswell, middle of the field. That is picked! Going the other way, the Tallahassee defensive backs get it on that one. It's Anthony Wyo, the free safety, with the pick.
Talking about yesterday, we was talking about, you know, the 4-down linemen. It might be an issue with all these non-contract players, you know, being back there with just the 3-star players in the secondary. And you see what Tallahassee's bringing the pressure. They're outscoring them, and now they've got them in a position to where they can make them throw deep to those 3-star players.
So now Tallahassee has 2 seconds. They have the Hail Mary team on the field. Christensen under pressure, shakes one, but won't get past the second one. It's a sack to end the half for Queen City. A nice play there by number 72, Tad Myers, the defensive end, who gets in and takes us to the break. Queen City down 7-31. We'll be back after the half. We are back for the second half of action. Shout-outs here at the Lions Den. We appreciate you all being here. MHG TV, Volcano 4, Christensen is in the chat, Frank Gooden, TMG Jr., Alex Bond, Kenny G, Taekwon Hale, lots of Tallahassee members in the crowd. Alex Bond, Kanye Rockefeller is here, Off Tilt, Cameron Irvine himself, Warhammer 62, all here enjoying a nice sunny day in Tallahassee, Florida, and we are underway with the second half of action. Queen City will take the ball off the right side of the 27, and they will start out on offense here in the second half.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how Queen City responds to the first half blowout that they've had. They've got to work on trying to protect their quarterback because that pressure is definitely causing problems for them.
First half numbers for A.J. Caswell, 12 of 17, 67 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 72.43 is the rating, and he will throw. Nice corner route there. That's caught by Chris Curtis, who gets the feet inbounds this time, his 4th catch of the day.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to get those deep corner and post routes like I've been saying all game. And that sets you up for some big plays. You see, he beat the corner as the corner wasn't playing him.
Yeah, the corner kind of released there for the free safety, Alex Bond, to come over, or excuse me, the strong safety, Alex Bond, to come over and help. And Bond could not get there until Curtis had already tapped the feet, and that will move the chains for the Corsairs. That also showed you a look at Duke Wilson's numbers. 211 yards for Duke Wilson on 5 catches. Big numbers for Wilson coming out of the break. Odom here is able to add 6 more to his total. That will put him over the 60-yard mark on 16 attempts.
Problem is, though, you know, we're in the 3rd quarter now. Once we start getting closer to the halfway point in the quarter, Queen City is going to have to start adjusting their plays to go a little deeper each time.
Yeah, but I think it's also not important to get rid of the run here, because it runs like that pick up first downs from Ash Odom as he makes his way to the 46, and that's one of your most effective ways to move the ball for Queen City. So I think you're right there, Justin. At a certain point, you have to abandon it, but this is not yet that point, as Ash Odom still proves that he's got a little bit in the tank today.
In last week's game, he had some definite breakout runs. I believe he had 4 touchdowns in the last game, 3 or 4, one, but yeah, yet to score in this game. So he's definitely got to get going.
Here is the handoff. They'll give it to Odom again, and he is shut down at the line of scrimmage. A nice bring down there. That was the non-contract linebacker, number 59, Danny Atkins, the outside linebacker, brings him down.
That was a beautiful little read and react there by linebackers, able to get him before he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Caswell to throw on 2nd and 10. Down the middle of the field, threads the needle and finds Chris Curtis to the 22.
Most got there in time. That was let's see. Yeah, that was a good little throw there. If he had thrown that a half second later, though, it could have been a pick, as you see.
Yeah, good coverage by Alex Bond, but a good throw beats good coverage. Chris Curtis makes his 5th grab of the day, 51 yards, the only Corsair member to find his way into the end zone, as Queen City is looking to cut into this lead that the Tallahassee Pride have built up. 7 in the box for Tallahassee. And Queen City will give it to Odom off the left-hand side. Odom gets good blocks. He will break it outside and is able to pick up 6 before being slammed to the turf. Alex Bond, a tackle for him.
Yeah, that was a good tackle by Bond there. If Odom had shook him, that would have swung the momentum a little bit for Queen City, but Bond able to stop him after 6.
2nd and 4 from the 16 in the red zone here. Corsairs are going to hand it off. Odom fighting forward. He picks up another 4 or 5 yards. And now Ash Odom and the Queen City Corsairs are going to face 3rd and 1.
So definitely a better situation than what they have been in previous quarters. The 3rd and 1's a lot more manageable than 3rd and long.
The positive here is you're in field goal range really no matter what happens other than a turnover, and getting some points on the board will be a huge positive for the Corsairs. 1 single back in the formation, 2 receivers. Caswell will look to throw it. Caswell under pressure throws a duck, and it's caught! A nice grab there. All the work went to Joe Simpson there, the receiver, because that ball was a wobbler coming out of Caswell's hands, but a first down for the Corsairs nonetheless.
That was dangerous, but he had some faith in his wide receiver there. Beautiful catch by him.
Now it's going to be first and goal from the 2. Handoff. Odom plows his way through. Touchdown, Queen City. And the Corsairs are back to cut the lead down to a 3-possessioner.
Going to be a run on that one. It was just that's Ash Odom right there. Good little handoff. Great vision there to be able to see the hole, find enough room to get in there and get the score. So Queen City's starting their comeback here. Let's see if it keeps going.
They will try and add the extra point. That would put them up to 14 points. And that would cut the lead to 17, which is very manageable with plenty of time left on the clock, including all 3 of their second-half timeouts. Snap was a little bit bobbled. They are able to kick it through, and we will pause and be back in 1 moment for the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music.
This is Eric Barkley, owner of the 4-time SFL champion Queen City Corsairs, and you're watching SFL sponsored by APM on YouTube.
APM Music doing a great job with the soundtrack for the SFL. You can get that soundtrack online from APM Music. A nice carry there on the return. And Tallahassee will set up at the 28. All right, Queen City's got to make some changes on the defensive side of the ball. Christensen, 13-17, over 300 yards, 200 of which went to Duke Wilson on his 5 catches on the day for 2 touchdowns. Gossett has 7 catches, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns from him. You got to make a stand somewhere if you're Queen City.
Yeah, not too sure what they want to do here. They're in a 3-2-6, I believe, here, so they're definitely taking pass.
They will throw. It is caught there by Gossett, and he picks up the first down to the 39. 11-yard grab on his 8th catch of the day.
The more guys you got in coverage, the better chance you got of stopping them. But, you know, still, Gossett with a beautiful route. Good catch there. He had enough room to cut up field and get the first down. So, Queen City's got to figure something out soon.
From the 39, 4 receivers split out for Christensen. Eniola, the lone man in the backfield. 6 in the box for Queen City. They will bring 4. Christensen dumps. That one is tipped, nearly caught. What a play that would have been, whether it was going the other way for a pick 6 or whether it was a completion.
Oh, he should have tried for 2 hands on that one. If he had gotten a pick 6, that would have swung the momentum greatly, but still, beautiful defensive play by him to knock it down. It's going to bring up 2nd and long for him.
Yeah, that was a nice play by, I believe, Zane Dottie, the free safety, playing in his first SFL action today, and he almost flipped the field for the Corsairs. Corsairs bring a blitz. Christensen moves up in the pocket, throws down the field. Huge catch and grab there. Who other than the Duke, Mr. Duke Wilson?
Oh, yeah, Duke Wilson's been all over this defense. They just cannot stop him today. That is probably his 4th or 5th deep pass catch from Christensen.
And look at the wobble on that ball. Not a good throw from Christensen, but Wilson was able to bring it in. And a new set of downs for the Pride.
Got to give it to Duke Wilson for catching that duck. Oh, man, that was horrible.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36. 5:55 to play. Christensen batted away at the line. He could not get that throw off. It was a nice defensive play by number 72, Tad Myers, whose name we've called twice tonight.
It definitely was a great play on them. As a lineman, when you see the quarterback start to throw, you put your hands up immediately because you never know what may happen.
Batted ball is not very common in the SFL, but that one was batted to the turf, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Christensen alone in the backfield. This is dangerous. He's going to fire, middle of the field. Caught Duke Wilson again to the 14, as Duke Wilson is becoming a household name.
Oh, yeah, he is tearing this team up. It's the Duke Wilson show with co-star of Gossett and Christensen today, because, I mean, he is just on fire.
Duke Wilson over 245 yards receiving in today's game alone. He was third on the SFL receiving chart coming into this game, behind only Optimus Klein, and Prince Escobar. And Christensen's going to fire it again. A flag on the play as this one's checked down. That one is drug all the way to the 2-yard line on the grab, but we're going to have to check the flag before we see if they're going to count Trevor Swain's catch.
Holding, number 71, offense.
And that is going to negate that one.
Swain still doesn't have a catch, apparently. Too bad, but, you know, he's definitely just being a supporting role here. He's making the blocks he needs for Eniola. He's definitely taking away some coverage away from the rest of the receivers here for him. So Christensen's doing a good job here, finding the right guy.
382 yards for Christian Christensen, and he will throw on 1st and 20. Looking left side, tipped and nearly picked off. A nice defensive play there. That was number 38, the non-contract player, Mick Weimer, whose name we've called a few times. So Duke Wilson last week was only held to 66 yards on 6 catches by the Atlanta Swarm in their 27-13 victory over Atlanta. In the week before, he had 241 yards. So today is the best receiving game for Wilson, and we still have a quarter to play. Christensen fires, tipped, incomplete. He was looking for Wilson again, and it was number 21, Zane Dottie, and Maurice Johnson who came over to make the play.
Yeah, that was a bit of a risky throw. He, I mean, he still got his hands on it there, but there were 3 guys there, 3 guys that could have broke it up. But again, Christensen trying to have his faith in the guy that's brought him here.
Now it'll be 3rd and 20. Some dangerous passes from Christensen on this drive. He is a perfect 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, with 16 completions on 24 throws. From the 24, he'll check it down, and not even Eniola can hang on to that one, and they're going to have to try for a field goal.
Yeah, let's try not to jinx Christensen here. You know the announcer jinx. You say that and something happens.
Yeah, you're right. I think I did it to Caswell earlier in the game, so we'll try and keep Christensen easy as they will attempt a long field goal here, 41 yards. They have already made one today, and they're going to try and add on to it. Either way, I consider this a win for Queen City, though, coming down the field and getting 7. If they can score another 7 on their next drive, hold Tallahassee to 3, and continue that trend, eventually they're going to get close here in this game.
Let's see, let me check my stats here.
That kick went wide right, and that is definitely going to help Queen City. The kicker fell down. Now 1 for 2 on the day. Richard Douglas was unable to convert.
I mean, the first score that Tallahassee had was a field goal, and they've done nothing but score touchdowns all game thus far after that. But a miss there really is going to swing momentum, and you don't want Queen City with momentum.
Now the Corsairs have 4.5 minutes to play in the third. They're down by 17 still. Caswell stands in the pocket, delivers nearly an interception. That one wasn't delivery, it was DiGiorno. That was almost an interception return for a touchdown.
Yeah, he got his hand up on that one. That was a beautiful read there. Tallahassee's reading these passes now. Queen City's got to try and find some way of getting some yardage now because they have been stopped on a number of drives lately.
2nd and 10 as Caswell avoided the near mishap. 7 in the box for the Tallahassee Pride. And Ash Odom, the lone man, they will give it to him on a pull play. Odom able to pick up 9.
That was a beautiful one there. Nice little play. I believe it might have been a trap there. I don't know if it was a trap or just a nice little center off tackle run there, but still Odom was able to read it, hit the gap, and was in the secondary before anybody knew it.
3rd and 1. 7 in the box for the Corsairs. For the Pride, excuse me. The Corsairs will give it to Odom. Odom lowers his head, picks up the first down.
There you go. That's how you do it. I showed him, knew he was going to get hit, lowered his shoulder, secured the ball, took the hit, got what he needed, and that'll move the chains.
Queen City, 57% conversions on third down. They pick up another one there as they are able to kind of trump the Tallahassee's defense, who only gave up 37% through their first 2 games. Now Caswell will fire. That is caught, and a first down completion. Nice grab there by number 83, Mike Daggs, the tight end, who has his first catch of the day.
There's a beautiful little route there. I was looking at the Tallahassee defense there. They had all 11 men there within about 10-15 yards. So Queen City could have went deep on that play, but they just had a short route and a good completion there.
Daggs is 6'7", 265. Caswell put to the turf there. That is Kevin Bain with the sack.
Oh, home run shot there for Bain. Bain definitely, you know, he's got his name there for a reason. Oh, man, he is another Bain on this line other than Big Mike Johnson.
So now it'll be 2nd and long. Caswell going to be forced to throw here if he wants to pick up the first down over the next 2 plays. Split backs in the backfield. He will throw under a lot of pressure. Down he goes. Another sack for the Tallahassee defensive line. That is, I believe, number 74, Hunter Norwood, the defensive tackle who got to him.
Yes, that was. Everybody on the line is definitely showing up today for Tallahassee. That's what you want to do in a 3rd and long, 2nd and long situation. You bring pressure. Doesn't give the guys time to get downfield, and you can harass the quarterback easily.
So now 3rd and super long, 23, 4 receivers out. Tallahassee's bringing pressure. Queen City will not avoid it. A sack again as the Tallahassee line shows their presence. Taekwon Hale now making Mike Johnson the only member of that defensive line that didn't get a sack on that drive.
Was causing problems earlier this game. He's just wanting to share, you know. Don't want to be greedy.
Not much from a man whose nickname is Fats to share. That's not usually the theme, but he shares the sacks there, and Queen City is forced to punt. Ooh. Tallahassee tried to get after that one. Instead, they'll take the fair catch at the 28.
Guys back there, I'm surprised that one didn't get blocked. That was too close.
So now it'll be 1st and 10 for Tallahassee. Queen City's defense did solid last drive out. They're going to want another stop here and get the ball back with minimal damage. Christensen under center. 4 receivers split out. Eniola, the lone man in the backfield. Christensen to throw. He's got an out route in plenty of space. Duke Wilson down the left-hand sideline to the 45. He continues his day as he is 15 yards away from 300 yards.
And that's only on 8 catches so far. I mean, he has definitely been the deep threat. Go back to like a Randy Moss, you know, back there in the early 2000s. I mean, he definitely has just been catch and run. That's been his story today.
Duke Wilson, the rookie receiver, first year in the league, 6'4", 213 pounds. The Bronze Star with a contract value of $83.34, showing off today. Eniola's carry will go for a loss of 1. The tackle for loss was made by number 54, Alex Cross, the inside linebacker.
Now, nice little penetration there. Tallahassee just trying to keep the Queen City defense honest by doing a run there, so not a bad idea.
Christensen under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 4 down linemen for Queen City. They will give it to Connolly, the fullback. Connolly pushes a man to the turf and picks up 6.
Okay, and 3 to 5 yards is the fullback's job, and he got 5 there, so he did his job well. That helped out.
Yeah, nice run by Connolly, who has been a little bit underused this season, kind of overshadowed by this pass offense, which is doing so well. We're down to 5 ticks left in the 3rd, and I believe that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter as we head to the 4th. Tallahassee is your leader, 31-14. The Corsairs trying to get back into it, heading into the 4th quarter. It's the SFL, brought to you by APM Music, only on YouTube. Well, you talked about how Queen City might have to start abandoning the run game. This would be the time, and they're going to need the ball back first if they want that to happen. From midfield, Christensen has every man spread out, including Jay Eniola at the top of the screen. Under pressure, down he goes. A sack from Queen City, who pays back the sacks that they put on Caswell earlier. That was a huge play by number 94, Jeff Duffy, the defensive end.
Oh, that was nice penetration there. He just ripped past his guy, took Christensen down. He wanted to let him know he's not appreciating this fact that they're running away with it.
Jeff Duffy, playing in his first SFL game, gets the sack, and Queen City is going to get the ball back here with plenty of time. Kick is away. The snap was a little bobbled, but Tallahassee able to boot it, and now Queen City will only get a few yards out of the return. They will start at their own 19.
They're only down by, like you said, 17, so they've got a chance to come back. I would think that they want to try and see if they can get some points out of this drive. If they don't, it's going to look a little dismal for them in the next few minutes.
Some gritty games going on in the SFL. Atlanta down 10-12, losing to Sioux Falls with 3:41 left in the fourth. In the third quarter of the other game, 46 seconds left in that quarter. Oklahoma City's down 13-24 as the Gladiators are in the lead. Here is Ash Odom with a nice 6-yard carry, on first down to make it second and 4. Odom 1 yard away from 100.
That was a nice little run up there by Odom. Odom still taking it to Tallahassee, but soon it's going to have to be some more passes by Caswell to try and get the score a little closer.
Queen City averaging 142 yards a game on the ground. Now they are just barely over 100, which leans more towards the Tallahassee side, who only lets up 97.5 yards a game on the ground.
And going back to one of the key things of the game I was talking about earlier, if Odom was getting 100 to 150 yards, I thought if he had gotten 150 plus, I thought that they'd walk away with a win here. But Tallahassee may give that up and still win this one.
All it takes is one big carry, though, and Queen City could be right back in this game. They would only be down by 10 if they could find their way to the end zone on this drive. Odom here beats two men down the middle of the field. That is a nice 10-yard, or 9.5, They're going to mark him short, but he clearly on our screen is over the line line to gain.
Late in this game, I'd almost want to think of maybe consider a challenge or something on that one. But if Odom's going to run like that, save the challenge and dive again. I don't know.
Second and very short. They'll give it to Odom again. The bell cow is able to pick up the first down there, and that might have been a makeup call because he looked short on that one, but looked like he got it on the last drive. Hunter Norwood with the stand-up and tackle.
Yeah, Forward Progress was definitely past the line there from what I saw. He ended up getting about a yard and a half there on that one, so he got the first down.
From the 40, 8.5 minutes to play. Queen City needs to pick up the tempo if they want to get back in this game. They will give it to Odom again, and he's shut down! Who is it? It is Mike. Don't call me Fats. I'm Fluffy Johnson.
Oh, man. You want a big body on the defensive line like a Mike Johnson, and he definitely gave Odom all of him and just laid him out with a big hit.
Second and 10, Caswell in the shotgun. Odom might still be seeing Tweety Birds, and down goes Caswell! A huge hit and drop by the Tallahassee line again. Taekwon Hale this time.
There's got to be a betting system or something going on in Tallahassee, trying to see who can get the most guys hit. I mean, most tackles for loss. There's got to be some kind of wager going on for Tallahassee's linemen.
Well, the updates as they stand: Hunter Norwood 1 sack, Taekwon Hale, that's his second, Kevin Bain 2 sacks, and Mike Fats Johnson 2 tackles for loss, no sacks for him. So Johnson is actually losing this battle if that's what they're doing. Now, under pressure, Caswell lofts it, caught! First down, are you kidding me? On 3rd and a mile, Queen City picks up the first down.
Wow, that was a beautiful read. Caswell had a little bit of pressure around him, and was able to find his man over the middle. Beautiful play design there as they had the out route crossing underneath the post route, so it pulled the coverage away and had him open over the middle. That's what they need.
The crowd is stunned as Mike, middle name Homer Simpson, was able to bring in that catch at the 46. Caswell will throw again, dumps it off. Mike Daggs, a good 5-yard catch there by the tight end. And they're down to the 41.
And maybe a little late for some of the shorter gains here. Again, they're down by 3 scores. They need a little more of what they did on first down. On third down earlier.
You do need the field goal at some point, so it's not necessarily the end of the world if you settle for 3, but you'd like to hurry up to the line and save as much time as you can late in a game like this. Handoff, Odom, left side. He's shut down. He'll lose a yard. A nice open field tackle there. That was number 58, the non-contract player, Jamal Carroll.
And going back to what you said, you know, you do want to hurry up and get to the line, especially if you're doing running, because running is going to continuously run the clock. Passing, you know, if you get it incomplete here and there, it's going to stop the clock.
6 minutes to go, 3rd and 6. Caswell moves up, throws as he's hit, tipped and batted away, and that should have been going the other way. Alex Bond was unable to corral it.
If he had had that one, that would have been ball game. I'm sorry, Bond. If he had picked that one, he had nothing but daylight ahead of him.
4th and 6. Queen City electing to punt, and that might be the white flag going up for the Corsairs, because I don't see a situation where you can get the ball back 3 more times without any turnovers.
Right, they're going to end up taking deep shots downfield, and it's going to threaten to be picked off every time they do.
This ball is brought back into the end zone. I thought they might have had an attempt to down him close to the goal line, but the diving attempt there was unable to be corralled before it crossed the plane.
It was going, Christensen could have been 1 inch from that back line and still threw it deep to Duke.
5:51 left to go here in the 4th from the Tallahassee 20. The Pride are looking to put this one to rest. Christensen, though, will throw. Dumps it off. Nice catch there by Connolly. He's driven backwards, only gets 2.
A nice little safe dump off there for him. That's definitely going to keep the clock running. That's what Tallahassee wants to do with 5.5 to go.
Christensen now well over 400 yards via the air. It'll be 2nd and 8. Time continues to roll, and if you're the quarterback's coach, you're telling him, take all that time off the clock before you snap the ball. Queen City 5 on the line. They will bring 4. Handoff goes only for a 2-yard carry there. Alex Cross was the one who shut it down.
And Cross read that one pretty well. He allowed him to get 2 yards. At this point, if you can stop the running back from getting more than 2, you definitely put the offense in a bind here.
Christensen now alone in the backfield on 3rd and 6. He's 20 for 29 today. Queen City brings the house. Christensen lofts it, middle, incomplete. It was dropped. Ken Gossett had the first down and more, and he couldn't hold on to the ball.
Oh, just out of his reach there. Gossett laid out for that one, but he just couldn't get his hands on it. Just fingertips and down it goes. Beautiful pass, though, but just not quite where he needed it.
Sioux Falls now only up by 2, 12-10 over Atlanta with 1:42 left to go in the 4th. The Sparrows just missed a 35-yard field goal. Atlanta going to have a chance to win that game. Tallahassee here is going to punt it away. A good, solid punt. Nice hang time here. It'll drop at the 40. The return will bring it out to the 45. And Queen City now, it's got to be passing time.
It definitely is. Tallahassee actually shocked out of that one. The fact that they actually had to punt. I don't think they punted more than, what, twice this game?
Might be something like that. I'm not 100% sure.
Either, but yeah, it hasn't been a whole lot of punts today for Tallahassee at all. They've scored most of the time.
Caswell, the lone man in the backfield here. He will throw on 1st down. Looking down the field, caught. Chris Curtis to the 28, and now Queen City's going hurry up.
Queen City probably going to see if they can have their comeback mix going now.
Caswell, good protection in the pocket, dumps off for 4. A nice grab there. I'm trying to see the receiver. That was number 87, Memphis Blue, who makes the grab. 2nd and 6 from the 25. Caswell wants it all, going long, caught down to the 2-yard line. Chris Curtis again makes the grab, and now Queen City's going to go hurry up again.
We're rolling.
Caswell alone in the shotgun, has to throw it here under pressure, dumps it off, incomplete. That'll at least stop the clock. The pressure was supplied by number 91, Tyquan Hale.
And not a bad thing there. It's going to stop the clock. 3:50 left in the game. Again, down by 3 scores. If they can get a touchdown here, it's really going to take some pressure off of them.
A reminder, following today's action on YouTube, there's more SFL games to come. Stay with us. We got a long night of action. 2 more sets of games to come, including the SFL Fan Night later tonight. Caswell to throw under pressure, lofts one back in the end zone, caught! Oh, they're going to say he's incomplete. And if I'm Eric Barkley, I'm throwing the flag as hard as I can onto the field. He looked into me.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I thought he had his foot in bounds. That looked like that was good. I'd throw the red flag right now.
The problem is, if you get it wrong, you lose a timeout, which is precious for this comeback, and I think he's going to trust Caswell here on 3rd and goal to try and get this touchdown. No flag from Eric Barkley, so the Pride maybe get a break here, and from the 2, Caswell will throw. 4 on the blitz for Tallahassee. Caswell dumps it off, incomplete, and I think you got to go for this on 4th down.
I'm surprised they did not hand it off to Odom at all in this section here. They should have at least gave Odom one chance to get in the end zone. He's already got 1 touchdown today. Why not give him a chance for 2?
London has come back. They are up 13-10 over Carolina. Sioux Falls avoids disaster as Atlanta misses the game-winning field goal from 32 yards. Here, Queen City trying to get back into this one. 21 of 31 is Caswell, but they will elect to kick the field goal here from the 2. The kick is up and good. It's now 17-31. The lead shortened to 14.
Yeah, see, Ash Odom's pretty much been giving them a chance here. I am very shocked that they did not give that ball to Ash Odom on any of their 4 downs that they had there on the 2-yard line. That's where he scored from last time.
They will line up for the onside kick. If they don't get this, the game is just about over. They will boot it to the right side. It is off the hands of a Tallahassee Pride member. Still on the ground, still loose, and it is going to be recovered, I believe, by Tallahassee.
Yes, that is. Tallahassee football there.
That was a dangerous one. Kenny Stokes, the non-contract cornerback, was able to fall on the ball, and Tallahassee is in the driver's seat here with 3:36 left to go in the game. 3 receivers split out. They will hand it off. Eniola up the gut, will break through a couple tackles, pick up 5. Queen City still got the timeouts in their back pocket, not using them yet. I go back to the decision. I think you'd want to save that field goal for your last possession. You want the field goal to win it because then you don't need to get as many yards when time is low. Am I right, Justin, or what would your thought process be?
Well, I mean, that was a potential score, and if you don't win the onside kicks, basically those timeouts are going to be wasted anyhow. You almost have to take a chance at this point.
2nd and 5. Clock continuing to roll now. 2 seconds on the play clock as Christensen snaps it. Handoff, Eniola, left side, 1st down. And that is crushing if you're a Queen City fan.
Oh, now, you're looking at the flag again. Why didn't we throw the flag? Why didn't we hand it off to Odom on the 2-yard line? These questions are going to start to pop up in your head now with this little time that's left as Eniola gets a precious 1st down for Tallahassee's lead.
Eniola, 30 yards on 11 carries. They only have 40 yards rushing all game, and they're able to pick up the 1st down there to kind of put this one on a little bit of ice. Unless Queen City gets a turnover, this might be your ball game as we tick close. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning, I would assume, unless Tallahassee decides to go hurry up. They will give it to Eniola up the gut, and he is drugged down. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Tallahassee up by 14 still. Eniola grinding the ball out. Queen City has all 3 timeouts, so this one is not over. Stick with us. SFL on YouTube brought to you by APM Music. Tallahassee in the driver's seat looking to improve to 3-0. We talked about how this is the 5th meeting between these two teams. They both have 2 wins head-to-head. It's 2-2. This game is the tiebreaker, the 5th game between these two all time. And Tallahassee right now is in the driver's seat. Queen City has 58 wins all time under their belt. Tallahassee 38. As Christensen throws another touchdown to put the dagger in this one. Ken Gossett, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the game.
That's the 5th touchdown from Christian Christensen. Last year, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the SFL from what I was researching. And again, it shows him he is a veteran in this league. Beat the corner there, put it to where only Gossett could get both hands on it. And that's why that man is a veteran of this league with that play right there.
Well, and if you're Queen City, you can't really fault yourself. You weren't expecting it. Why would Tallahassee, with the lead that they have, with the time that they have left, in the position that they were in, why would they throw the ball? You wouldn't expect it. So I can't really blame the Corsairs for not guarding the deep third. We'll take a break here on the SFL Network on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music, and we'll be back after 30 seconds. Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL. Queen City now down by 21 points, 1:52 left. This might be garbage time for Ash Odom to get some yards.
Yeah, the last meeting, Tallahassee won that one 42-13, so it seems like it's a very similar scoring type game as the last one, so we'll just see what Queen City does.
It's a very good point that Tallahassee won the last one, so now Tallahassee 2-0 in the last 2 games against the Queen City Corsairs. Not something you usually see out of this Corsair team as they pick up 5 there on the out route to Ash Odom. The Corsairs all-time, Eric Barkley's 58, and now this will be 45 unless a miracle happens, as there's a nice catch down the left-hand sideline. He stays in bounds, though. You'd like to see him dive out of bounds there. A nice grab, though, by Simpson, I believe that was, who makes another catch. Joe Simpson all over the field today.
Yeah, what he probably should have done there, looked like the ball was jumped on there, and he missed it. Simpson should have angled a little more towards the sideline and tried to go out of bounds as soon as the defender got there. But I understand what he was thinking. He was trying to think pay dirt, but you know, this late in the game, really can't think about scores like that.
Carolina has evened the score. Them and London are heading to overtime at 13 apiece. St. Louis adds to their lead, now 31-13, as Caswell gets dropped in the backfield. That is number 74. I believe that's Hunter Norwood with another sack, his 2nd on the day. Now every defensive lineman besides Mike Johnson has 2 sacks. Caswell throwing again, under pressure, down he goes. Tallahassee's defensive line is wrecking havoc in garbage time. Taekwon Hale now the sack leader for that line with 3.
I can see why they're double teaming Mike Johnson over there, and that's leaving wide open holes for these other guys on the line. That's causing a lot of problems. You really can't double team this defensive line. That's the whole problem with the Tallahassee big man.
Caswell alone in the shotgun, 3rd and 27, about 70 seconds left in the game. He will heave it, right side, caught, Curtis. He is, oh my gosh, he's going to be an inch short. I don't believe it for everything that the Corsairs just did on that play to come up an inch short. Michael Sprouse with the tackle.
They did have that long completion earlier in the game on 3rd down where they hit the guy over the middle, but this time he just was not fast enough. Another step in speed and he would have had that 1st down. But
well, next week you might have that speed with the progression model. Chris Curtis, our commentator in the league, might add some points to speed next week, try and pick up that 1st down. Caswell on 4th and inches will throw, check down. Ash Odom will pick up the 1st down with plenty of room. Nice check down by Caswell not to force it there, and now he's going to try and hurry him up to the line.
There, get the 1st down, keep the drive going.
They will spike it despite having all 3 timeouts, maybe saving them. I don't know, maybe if they get the onside. You're still down by 2 scores, so you're going to need a little bit of a miracle here with 49 seconds.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten desperation time for Queen City. You know, they're just trying to, you know, save face now. Tallahassee tore them up in this one.
Yeah, I think what you got to do is heave it to the end zone once or twice, and if you don't get it, maybe just run the clock out because you're going to need 2 or 3 Hail Marys here. Caswell, there it is, the heave to the end zone. Tipped, incomplete. He was looking for Curtis in double coverage.
Yeah, that was good coverage there, but double teamed on him there, and Sharp there was able to get his hands on it and knock that pass down.
So 3rd and 10, 43 seconds left. I think you throw this one to the end zone. If you don't get it, maybe you just take a knee and let the clock run out here. I mean, that's what I would do. Because you got to get 2 more throws to the end zone at least, if not 3, in order to get back in this game. Caswell, short drop, under pressure, out route, tipped, incomplete. 4th and 10 now. A nice defensive play by the Pride as they are having a party in Tallahassee.
Beautiful stop there. He had just close enough on his man. He made the play on the ball and knocked it down. He didn't need the interception there. He just wanted to make sure he got his fingers on it, and he just got his hand up there in time.
Well, I know Frank Gooden is double timing right now as his Jacksonville Jaguars are up 20-17 over the Patriots with the ball. In other league news, I don't know what league that is, more like the boring football league because the SFL action is continuing. 4 receivers set here for Caswell. Odom, the lone man in the backfield. Caswell moves in the pocket, throws, avoids pressure, caught, but drugged down short of the line to gain, and that will be your ball game, folks. Tallahassee's going to improve to 3-0. Queen City's going to fall to 2-1 as the number 3 team in the power rankings defeats the number 1.
I'm not going to lie here. I really thought Queen City was going to be more of a threat here in this game, but Tallahassee definitely showing that, hey, we definitely have a good defense. We can definitely make some plays, and our offense is just outstanding.
So now Christian Christensen lines up in the best formation in football, the victory formation. He'll take a knee. They are not going to need any more plays. And that was the backup who took the knee. They're going to let him get a snap under his belt. And Tallahassee improves. Frank Gooden improves all-time to 39-26. And Eric Barkley is going to fall to 58-45 all-time, as Queen City suffers their first loss of the season.
It definitely was a great game. I give it up to Queen City and Tallahassee for giving us a beautiful contest on this Sunday.
That's the final, 38-17. Tallahassee gets the victory over the Queen City Corsairs here in Florida. For everyone at SFL Network, for me, Justin, and Death on the Stats, we appreciate you all being here. Have a great night.